All right, everyone. Welcome to our weekly market overview in its new schedule na, no, on Saturday. So as I mentioned in previous videos, I wanted to shift things around, fix yung schedule a bit para maging mas favorable siya sa inyong lahat, no? Based sa mga statistics na nakukuha ko so far from YouTube. So marami tayong pag-uusapan. Start na tayo. We'll start with PSEI as usual. Sa weekly chart tayo magsisimula. As we can see, yung push last week, nag-continue lang this week. Magkaroon ng small pullback. We'll see that daily. We'll see that later when we look at the daily chart. But for now, sumusunod naman siya sa script natin kumbaga na ang next na possible resistance is 7,400 na area, 7,475, no? From what it looks like here, it still looks okay. But I wouldn't be surprised kung makakita tayo ng pullback pabalik sa 7,000 area bago tayo mag-continue. Not surprised in the sense na kailangan gawin niya yun, no? But more of, madalas kasi, as I always mention, mas healthy yung may mga slight pullbacks prior to continuation para lang merong base na pinagbibildan yung price, yung market. As compared na isang diretso lang, usually pag ganon, hindi na susustain. Mga parang ganito, makakain pabalik, di ba? Something like that. Now, let's look at this from a daily perspective. So, sa daily, we broke above tong level na to, yung minor resistance na sinabi natin from before. We broke above that, we tested that, but we never came back to really retest itong area where we broke up from. Kasi nung nag-break dito, nauntog agad, bumalik. So, for me, hindi pa siya yung actual na quote-unquote retest talaga. So, from here, maganda sana kung magkaroon tayo ng parang something like a flag like this. Coming back sa 7,071 na area. Then from there, let's see if we can break out. Use that as momentum to get in. Or kung kunwari gusto nyo magdagdag, gusto nyo humabol, then that might be an opportunity to do so kung mangyari nga to. Now, needless to say, the index is looking more bullish. Although again, I would prefer kung mas malinis yung climb. Yung parang ganito, no? May mga minor na stairs along the way. So far, wala pa dito eh. I guess ito, pwede na. But let's see. Let's see what it does from here. But looking bullish, as we discussed, I wouldn't be surprised if by mga, sabi natin, November, matag na to. November or maybe even early December, matag na tong 7.4 para maganda naman yung Pasko nating lahat, no? That doesn't mean na mauuntog tayo dyan tas wala na mangyayari. Yan lang yung unang level na tinitingnan ko na pwedeng mauntugan in the short to mid-term. Okay? So, PSEI, looking more bullish, but I think may chance na magkaroon ng pullback. If wala, then congrats to everyone. Tumaas lang. Merry Christmas in advance, no? Alright, let's move on sa mga sectoral indices, starting with INDU. So, sa INDU, patuloy lang tayo. Nauntog na tayo sa resistance natin dito. So, we're waiting to see what price does from here. Ngayon, gagawin ko, iaangat ko na tong level na to kasama nyo para makita nyo saan yung tinitignan ko next. Sorry. I always forget to remove that. So, for me, ito yung next minor resistance along the way. Bakit yan? Actually, not super minor. So, it's worked as resistance here. Sorry, let me remove this. Support here, resistance here, support there, and so on. So, itong level or area na to, kung mabasag natin tong 10.8, yan yung next sa tinitingnan ko. Okay, it wouldn't surprise me kung magkaroon tayo ng slight pullback dito sa INDU. But again, still looking very bullish, no? Talagang tuloy-tuloy lang yung pag-angat niya. Ito na yung naging parang pinaka quote-unquote dip niya. Tapos tumuloy lang. So, let's see what it does from here. But again, so far, looking quite bullish. Although, medyo mukhang napapagod na rin ng konti. Napapagod in the sense na hindi siya magiging bearish. Pero baka magbibigay siya ng konting pullback. Para lang makabuelo, balik siya dito sa may base na to. Kuha ng buelo, then tuloy. Okay? Ang ayaw nating makita dito sa INDU is mabasag tong area na to altogether. Tong 9.7, 9.8 na area. Mabasag yan. Pag mag-retest from underneath, tapos hindi mag-hold, bumaba. What that forms is possibly a head and shoulders pattern here. And that could indicate na baka mag-pull back tayo, lower, seeking out yung mga lows dito for liquidity, and so on. Okay, yan po iniingatan natin. But for now, wala pa naman, di pa naman siya nangyayari. Let's just enjoy the ride. Next, tignan natin yung prop. So, properties for now, tuloy yung bullish movement this week, barely. Kasi tumaas siya pero konti lang di ba? It tried, push down. Hindi pa rin natin nababreak tong right shoulder na to from before, yung diniscuss natin. Okay? So, for me, I still want to see na ma-break to sooner rather than later. Then maybe pull back there, then push higher. Targeting itong high dito sa head. Okay? Pero as we discussed, possible pa rin na mangyayari from here is baka mag-range muna siya dito bago siya mag-decide kung ano gusto niyang gawin. What we don't want to see from here if we are bullish sa prop is tuluyan lang mabasag tong area na to, tong cluster of lows, retest from underneath, tapos mag-fail, create new low, then that likely targets 2569 again. Okay, kung may short sana sa PSE, pwede natin gawin kasi wala pa no? If sabihin natin mabasag to, okay, another thing that we want to watch out for is possible fake outs. So ayaw natin makita na mabasag, then quickly retaken, retested from underneath, holds, breaks down, creates a new low. Pag ganon, then that confirms na possible fake out lang. Tapos baka bumalik lang tayo sa previous range na to for prop. Alright? Moving on, let's take a look at SERV. Now, I realize at this point na you might be thinking, bakit di pa niya sinasabi ano yung gusto nating makita or ayaw natin makita sa PSEI? Okay? Sadya po yun, no? Babalikan natin siya sa huli kasi I want to get a proper bigger picture by looking at all the sectoral indices first before we end our conclusion with PSEI. I realized that that would be a better format and just better for everyone, lalo na sa mga mas bago pa lang sa merkado. Okay? So, SERV, nag-hit tayo ng resistance dito, then the pullback has begun. As said before, hindi pa naman kailangan talaga mag-panic. In fact, this candle here just traded within this range here. Wala pa namang nangyayari talaga. Essentially, from last week to this week, yes, price is lower, but we're still within the same range, no? Does that mean na dapat bumili na tayo or dapat magbenta na tayo? Personally, pagdating sa mga ganong tanong, I still say respect your plan, kung ano mga initial plans nyo. Kung plano nyo, kunyari, mag-take profit at a certain stock at, kunyari, 100 pesos, then do so, no? Kung meron kayong trail stop at 95 pesos, then na-hit yun, then do so. Huwag po nating ipilit. Huwag po nating sabihin na, kasi yung ganito, pwedeng maging ganyan Diba? That's 100% true, but pwede rin hindi. So, pinakamaganda, the best advice I could give sa mga ganong situations is to always stick to your plan. No regrets. Tapos kapag nakita nyo na yung plano nyo may flaw, adjust in the future. Diba? Hindi naman mawawala ang market. Pwede naman balik-balikan. So, I would give the same advice dito sa SERV. Kung may hawak kayo ng mga glow, tell, etc., then just be sure lang to respect your stops, respect your targets. Huwag natin pababayaan just because of may quote-unquote fundamental driver. Okay? Kahit may fundamental driver pero hindi nag-respond ang price, huwag po natin ipipilit. Now, for SERV, if sabihin natin mag-consolidate siya dito, I wouldn't be too surprised. Then let's see if it pushes up higher from there. See if we can retag 2062. Or, pwede rin na mag-flag siya like this. Console like that. Let's see if we can break that. Come back siya dito sa area na to. Itong buong area na yan. Bago siya tumuloy. Para lang makahinga. Kasi ang lakas ng tinaas niya di ba? Parang di siya nagpahinga. So, baka gusto lang magpahinga. Balik tayo dyan. What we don't want to see from here is your price to break below tong area na to. Retag it from underneath, hindi kayanin, break below, create new lows based off this swing low here, then what happens from there is we might start trading within yung previous range na to. Okay? Yun yung iniingatan natin. Again, that's not the ultimate bearish scenario. For me, the ultimate bearish scenario is mabasag pa rin tong lower area na to. If we break that lower area, retest it from underneath, breakdown, then wala, GG. Okay? If you ask me, do I think that's likely to happen? Honestly, I don't think so, no. But Again, we want to prepare ourselves for all scenarios. What I think is irrelevant. If the market wants to do it, then the market's gonna do it. Based off of current structure, I don't think that happens, but we never know. Diba? Hindi natin alam anong pwedeng mangyari. Hindi natin alam kung anong pwedeng mabalita. So we just want to prepare ourselves for that situation. So for right now, SERV looking like it might range either sideways or maybe as a flag of sorts. So let's see what happens from there. Babantayan natin yung weekly para masubaybayan natin ng magkakasama. No? So guys, if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, I would greatly appreciate it if you do so. Lalo na kung nagugustuhan nyo naman yung content, if you find it educational, if you find it helpful. Also, I would really appreciate it if you give this video a like para mas marami pong mga kababayan natin, mga nagte-trade, mga nag-i-invest na makapanood po nito. Okay? So moving on, let's take a look at mining. So mining, we broke out of this level here and then we came back to retest it. Okay? With this candle, we came back to retest it, it held. So from here, what we want to see from this is either mag-consolidate muna tayo dito. Alright? Then see if we can push higher, tag that resistance level there. Okay? Or syempre, everyone's favorite, we just move on from here and go ahead and tag it, maybe break it, targeting 12.5 next. What we don't want to see is for price to come back, break through this range here, retest it from underneath, then possibly mangyayari is we start trading within this lower bounds again. Or maybe even break 8,000 in the process and push lower. Okay? Sa mga mining stocks, I think, again, I said this last week, if I'm wrong, feel free to correct me. Ang mostly talaga tumutulak dito was SCC, no? So, nung nag-retest ang SCC, nung nag-pullback, hindi naagulat na nag-pullback din ito. Okay? So, konting ingat lang. We don't want to see it break as we discussed. Even if it comes back down, test it from underneath, fails to break back above it, that might just also say na balik lang tayo sa original range natin. Okay, so for now, on hold yung prognosis. It looks more bullish than bearish, but there's a possibility it can go back to ranging. Alright? Next, let's take a look at FINA. So, FINA, similar yung galaw niya sa mining, no? So, nag-range tayo before. Then, as we said, we broke out of that range. Then, this candle came back, possibly looking to retest the range, pero hindi pa umaabot, unlike sa mining. So, hindi ako magugulat if we pull back further just to retest that area there. Then, price can decide kung gusto nga ba niya mag-hold siya above this. Then, push higher from there. Or, if it could come back, break below it, test it from underneath, fail, then that again brings us back down to this original trading range here. Okay? Let me zoom in a bit. The other possibility, of course, is pwedeng hindi na to matag. Mag-range lang tayo dito. Then, let's see from there. Maybe it breaks out. Again, tags this. Or, of course, everyone's favorite. We just break out from here. Break 1651. Then, see if we can go back and retag 1964. But just because we broke out from here, guys, paalala lang, meron pa rin tayong mga minor resistances. Here, 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 here. Along the way. Hindi ko lang sila ninagyan ng level sa weekly na time frame. Kasi, hindi siya significant levels. But, I know they're there. And I know that if I go down time frames, I likely see them in a more pronounced manner. Alright? So for now, FINA, same thing, more bullish than bearish, but possibility na mag-range siya ulit still exists. Okay, hindi siya tulad ng mga SERV, ng mga INDU before na talagang tuloy-tuloy lang. No? Although to be fair, this plus mining, baka naman bumibuelo pa lang sila. Hindi natin alam. So patuloy po nating panonoorin yan on a week-to-week basis. And then finally, let's take a look at holdings. Okay, holding firms. So, holding firms, nag-confirm na tayo, we broke out of the high of this right shoulder here. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna delete this together with you guys. Di natin sila kailangan. The pattern itself has been invalidated. Okay? Invalidated in the sense na hindi na siya quote-unquote head and shoulders, although pwede pa rin naman tayo mag-break below. Okay? So, from here, what are we looking for? From here, what could happen is Number one, likely matag tong high nung sa head. So 7614 na area. Okay? However, may note lang tayo na may minor resistance around here sa 7,375, which is upcoming. But again, it's not a significant level here sa weekly chart, but I'm aware it's there. Okay? So, a break above itong 7,600 na area takes us to 8,000. Nandun na yung mga significant na resistances, no? So, 7,900 to 8,000 na area. Okay? Then a break from there obviously just pushes us higher sa 8,200 na area to 8,400, 8,500 na area. So, what can we expect? Pwede bang mangyari is gumaya siya sa mga mining, sa mga FINA? Pwede rin, no? Baka next week gawin niya, mag-pullback siya dito. 'Di ba? Buwelo muna, baka mag-consolidate, di natin alam. That's something that we need to watch out for, especially kung mag-pullback yung index. If the index pulls back, then baka makisabay ito. Then pwede natin gawin kung mayroon kayong interested na mga holding firms, then baka pwede yung sabayan na pumasok o na pullback. Okay? So bantay-bantayan lang po natin tong chart na to. What we don't want to see from here is our price to come back, retag this level from underneath. Okay? That level holds, then we break further, creating a new swing low. Then that means na either bumalik tayo sa wider range na to, or we might be going lower, retagging tong area sa baba. Alright? And then finally, balik tayo sa PSEI like I promised. Okay, so as I said, PSEI, looking bullish, no? As we discussed kanina. However, there are some things that we want to see and there are some things that we don't want to see. What we don't want to see is for price to come back down, retag this area underneath. Okay, that holds. Then what happens is we might actually break beneath this trend line when it does. Then from there, we might seek yung liquidity dito sa 6,000 again na area. Again, is it likely to happen? I don't think so, but it's something that's best that we are prepared for. Okay? If, however, let's say mag-consolidate tayo muna sa area na to, that's still bullish. If we break above 7.4, okay? If we break above 7.4, 7.5 na area, the next key resistance we'll be looking for is around 7.9. Okay? 7.9, then if we can break that, then yung next na clean is 7.2. Okay? So, malaki naman yung range if we're able to break out of this. That doesn't mean na diretso siya doon sa 7.8, 7.9 na area kasi may mga minor resistances pa rin tayo along the way dito. Kasi nag-consolidate yun yung price, di ba? Pero doon yung next natural, kumbaga, na resistance level. Okay? So, based off of that big picture, we're seeing na the possibility, okay, I'm not saying it's a guaranteed, but the possibility exists na baka sa mga hahabol pa lang or sa mga bibili pa lang, baka magkaroon tayo ng pullback sa 7,000, 7,1 na area wherein pwede magsabay yung ibang mga sectoral indices na tinignan natin. So yung mga pinagkakainteresan nyo na stock, baka mabigyan kayo ng chance to buy on dips, to add on dips, or what have you. Okay? So guys, ito po nagtatapos yung video natin, no? I hope nagustuhan niyo yung schedule change and I hope nagustuhan niyo yung slight format change as we move forward. And as always, maraming salamat po sa panonood. I really appreciate it. Good luck and happy trading!